If you're confused about your path forward, it's because you're not meant to know. And if this video found you right now and the title resonated with you, then that's because you are probably going through some sort of a major upheaval in your life and you don't know the path forward. You don't know where you're headed. Everything's kind of maybe falling apart or crumbling, and you want to find answers really, really badly, right? You're really confused and you're really wanting to have some sort of guidance and clarity on what it is that you do want, where it is that you do want to go. So it's divine timing that this message found you, because I'm here to tell you that you not having a clear idea of where it is that you want to go in your life and what it is that you want is a clear indication that you're not meant to know right now, that you're not meant to make a decision right now. This period of kind of transition is what I'm getting. Like, you're in a transition period from your old life to your new life, but you don't really know what your new life is. You don't really know what you want. Maybe you don't have a clear idea of your vision or your dreams, or maybe you had a clear vision of your dreams and then something fell apart in your life and now you're rethinking your reality. You're rethinking, what do I want? How do I want to move forward? What is the life that I want to be? Who am I? Maybe you're just completely shifting everything, and maybe you have to grieve your old dreams that no longer align with the new you, or whatever it is that happened that fell apart in your life. Now you have to rearrange everything and rethink your actual dreams. So you might be in this phase of, I'm confused. I have no idea. I literally have no a vision for my future, maybe not even have hope for your future, right? You're like, I'm not excited about anything. And the universe wants me to remind you and tell you that this is exactly where you're meant to be. As hard as it is, I know it's hard to be in that space of not knowing. It's very uncertain. You don't have anything to attach to. You don't have anything to anchor yourself in. And so this could be a very scary time, right? Because we need something. We need stability in our lives, right? And everything's kind of fallen apart and there's nothing to hold on to anymore. And I'm getting this energy of, you're meant to free fall right now. You're meant to be in this energy of not knowing and confusion, and sort of everything is being recalibrated inside of you. Like, I'm just getting like everything's been just like thrown up in the air, and you just need a moment to let it settle and find its place, so then you can kind of like move forward. And I just feel like that's you right now. Like, you're everywhere and nowhere at the same time, and you just need to give it some time for things to settle and for you to find your grounding again, But when you find your grounding, you're going to be in a much different place. You're going to be a different person. When you actually are ready to decide where you want to move into your future and who you want to be, and what kind of life you want to live, and what are your new dreams now, right? What are your dreams? You're going to actually be ready, and you're going to actually choose them, not out of impulse and out of desperation or need or trauma even. You're going to choose it because it's something that your soul truly wants. And it won't crumble, right? So maybe your life crumbled because the choices that you have made in the past have been hasty, have been not aligned with your soul and your truth, and therefore now everything's falling apart, because naturally it's like anything that doesn't belong to you is going to fall away, right? And now you're like in this energy of, well, what now? Like, who am I? What do I want? Like, where do I want to go? And you're maybe freaking out about, like, I need to know what's going on. I need to know where I'm going. And you're not meant to know right now. You're not meant to know where you're going, because it's exactly in this phase of the unknown that you can find yourself. This is where you're going to connect with the truth of who you are. This is where you're going to connect with your soul. This is where you're going to connect with your true dreams and life purpose, and where it is that you're being guided to go. And so you're kind of just like figuring it out right now. You're figuring it out. And this is where you have to let go of control. You have to release this desire for certainty and predictability and knowing what the future holds, because if I'm sensing this energy that you're just like wanting to attach to something. You're like, oh, I just want to attach to this thing and I'll go pursue that. But it's like, you're like, but I don't really care about that. Like, I don't really want to, like, I am not feeling it. You're not feeling it. And that's not an accident. It's not an accident that your soul is not wanting to attach to any sort of thing right now, because you're meant to be in this free fall energy. I feel like this might be the first time in your life where you didn't have anything to attach to, and maybe that you don't have any idea of where your future is going, of what's in your future, maybe because everything did fall apart in your life. And this might be the first time in your life that you're in this limbo phase. So maybe you're wondering, like, what is there to live for? What is the purpose? What is the purpose of life? So it might even be like a very depressing time as well. Just very disconnected from everything, and just like, you're over it, you don't want anything to do with it. Maybe you want to like disappear into the woods, become a hermit, live off grid or something like that, right? But again, like, you're being guided to not jump into some sort of a decision just so that your ego can feel safe, that there's something to attach to. There's a spiritual evolution that is going to happen from this place of allowing yourself to just be in the limbo, and to be in the transition, and to be in the unknown, the uncertain. There is an enlightenment that comes from this. There's an awakening. There's a soul awakening that is going to come from this time of your life where you truly discover maybe who you are. You truly discover your life purpose, your path forward, where you're genuinely meant to go, like genuinely, right? Like where your soul wants to go, where your higher self has just always been called to go. Maybe you do have some sort of a bigger dream that it seemed like a really far-fetched idea, and you always thought like you'd be in a different place in your life by now. You're like, I want to really be successful. I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to be, financially free. I want to be traveling the world. I want to have a family. I want to have a kid. I want to whatever, like whatever that big dream is. And now something happened in your life to where you're like, oh, well, that's not happening. Well, how do you know if what's happening in your life right now is not what is exactly need to happen to get you to that dream? It's like, it seems like it's opposite of what you want, obviously, because maybe you want a family, and maybe you have a family and that family fell apart, and now you're like, well, that dream's never going to come true. But what if that family was, or like that relationship was never like the one that you were meant to build a family with, right? Or have that long-term relationship. Maybe it was toxic. Maybe it was a trauma response. Maybe it was coming out of an insecurity or wound. The career, same deal, right? So how do you know if this upheaval in your life isn't exactly what is being needed to actually get you to that original dream, right? But you're probably not aware of this because it's hard. It's hard to know what's happening on a deeper soul level. So I feel like the universe just wants to remind you that everything that you're going through, the confusion, the unknown, the lack of desire for anything, and the lack of even dreams that you have, or the vision for your future, is so perfect and divine, and it's exactly where the universe wants you to be. It's like where your soul wants you to be right now. Okay, so try not to fight this period. Try not to try to get answers and figure it out, because if you're going to try to force answers, I'm sure it's going to be a bad decision. Okay, it's going to be a decision that's based in fear. It's going to be something that's based in like, I just need something to attach to. It's just not going to come from a soulful place. And surrendering is one of the hardest things in life. Releasing control of life and where you're going and the outcome and the path is probably one of the hardest things to do as a human, because you have to completely give your faith over to a higher power that you're sometimes not even sure exists, right? But it exists. It exists because you feel it in your soul. You feel it when you truly tune in and you spend that time with yourself and you're truly present, and that inspiration, that creativity, all of that love, that gratitude that flows through you, that is God, okay? That is your true essence. So it's real. You might forget sometimes. So that's what you need to be doing during this time, is try to connect back with your soul and just let it guide you. Let the universe guide you. So that's what you're being called to do, is just surrender control right now, and don't be so attached to timing and when you're going to step into your new life, or when you're going to figure out answers, or when you're going to have this new vision of what you want to work towards. I feel like this is an opportunity for you to be in your feminine energy right now. Okay, maybe you're really used to being in your masculine and go and having solutions and finding answers and being in action mode. But this is a time of lack of action right now. Okay, this is a time of surrender. This is a time of just being. This is a time of letting things just kind of unfold and letting your soul take you to where you need to go. And trust me, you will have your answers. You will have your clarity. You will know exactly what it is that you want out of life. Okay. You will have that again. You will get reacquainted with that. You will get re-inspired and re-in touch with that part of yourself, and you will have passion for life again. Okay. Like, don't worry about that. Don't stress about that. Like, you're going to have that come back to you. But when it comes back to you, it's going to come from a genuine 1111 I just saw. It's going to come from a genuine soul aligned place where this desire that you have now for your future vision and your dream is not coming from like this like egoic place, right? Or fear or whatever, desperation or need. It's coming from a soulful place of like, I want to experience this. I crave to experience this in this world. And it's because it's authentic to you. And then when you make that decision to, this is what you're committing to, and this is what you want to achieve. And now, it's a deep soul desire, then you're much more likely to have it manifest and to actually sustain itself, right? To actually have it, be a positive event or change in your life. Whereas like before, when you were making decisions, maybe you made a decision, you committed to it, and then it kind of fell apart. And it was like, okay, why can't I keep things in my life? Why can't I, keep relationships or keep jobs or maintain my happiness, right? So I feel like that's what the shift is for you. So that's the message for you today. Okay. If you're feeling confused about your path forward and your dreams, that's because you're meant to. You're meant to, and you're not meant to know right now. And it's okay. It's okay to be in that space. As hard as it is, it's your spiritual lesson to just be and be there and just be with the pain, be with the discomfort, be with the not knowing. This is the ultimate spiritual energy and spiritual surrender. And this is where your soul really evolves, right? It's in those moments of life when you're not getting what you want, and you're just being forced to just kind of trust and surrender and just be with the pain, just be with life, be with the unknown, because you have to truly, truly trust. And when you trust, you remember who you are. You remember that you are actually the universe. So I wish you all the best. I hope that you found this video helpful. Let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to work with me one-on-one, I will leave the link to that below, and I'll see you in my next video.